Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Terrell, watching Part 18 of Metal Gear Solid Delta Let's Play. And you know, that blood stain was right in the right place, like he actually got shot. But let's go ahead and get the fuck out of Dodge before this place blows up, because we got seconds left.
Step on it.
And this cutscene that's about to play out when Eva starts talking, I'll stay mostly silent for it. But there goes the Shagohod, there goes Volgin. We don't have to worry about anything. Just beat the boss, we go home and probably have dinner by 8. Oh, Jesus. This guy that says don't give up, dude's such a freaking bro, man.
Don't give up!
That dude is such a bro. Fucking Johnny better survive though. Johnny has to survive this one. This Johnny is the best.
How did you?
The boss let me go.
The boss? But why?
I'll tell you later. Right now we've got to get to the lake and escape.
We can't leave yet. I've still got one last job to do.
The boss is already at the lake.
Huh?
She's at the lake. She's waiting for you there.
Waiting for me?
I need to remind her that this place is blowing up and they still need to get the hell out of Dodge.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to tell you. I don't want you to fight her. But I've come to realize that there's a special relationship between you two. Something I can't understand. Something that goes beyond a man and a woman. I envy you. Really, I do. But I guess I just can't understand it. She asked me to tell you something. I've never seen someone with such clear eyes. There. I said it. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good. Of course this shit would happen. It'd be... Gotta have a Metal Gear fight inside of a Metal Gear Solid game. And they also decided to put an audio clip of a monster or kaiju in this freaking tank. I wonder if that's like standard issue doctrine for Metal Gears.
It's not over yet.
Where have I heard that line before?
There is no escape.
We failed!
Not good.
You know,
Hold on.
I like to say one thing before we start this next scene. I'm glad that sidecar has enough weight to hold the nuts of Snake, because that was pretty intense.
Major.
Snake, are you alright?
Yeah.
The explosion went off successfully.
Yeah, but the hangar is still standing.
The explosion was smaller than what we had hoped for because the fuel tanks didn't catch on fire.
But the fuel tanks were definitely...
Remember how the enemy spotted the C3 while you were busy with Volgin? They must have called in the EOD to remove the fuel from the tanks then. But still, the C3 alone should have been enough to take out the manufacturing line. That'll probably be the last one they'll ever make. You succeeded in preventing its mass production.
Snake, if you can take out the Shagohod that Volgin's in, the world will be safe from that monstrosity of a weapon. But you won't be able to take it down with the weapons you have on you. You have to come up with something else. It's time to rethink your plan of attack. First, get out of there. You need to shake your pursuers. Snake, leave the driving to Eva. You concentrate on fending off your pursuers and clearing the way for her. Don't worry about running out of ammunition. The sidecar seems to be loaded with plenty of it. Just focus on eliminating your attackers.
Alright, so that, I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was something I decided to do after I did the Volgin fight like that. But yeah, for this sequence, it's pretty cinematic. So what I try to do is I try to take out all the enemies I could and then let the scene play out. Oh, Jesus, well, Snake should have died with that kind of like wound. But yeah, the once you take out all the people and you just let the scene play by not aiming it off, you get all the cinematic goodness of them escaping the Shagohod. I fucking love it. This was also in the original Metal Gear, but I gotta say, this is probably my first time actually watching the majority of this, since most of the time I play this. My mind's not on this, it's just survival. But I gotta say, I really, oh man, I fucking love it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and epic. In a way, I kind of wish they had a filter to show like what this looked like in the old MGS3, and I gotta say, then it looked impressive. Here, it just looks out, just gorgeous. All the freaking destruction, debris, and all that, and Shagohod. But here we get a cutscene, and here we see that Colonel Volgin does not give a shit about his his freaking men, and probably the insurance payout. Probably the Soviet army has to pay out for these people. If they even did something like that, who knows? I don't know anything.
I can't shake him.
I don't know anything about that.
RPG can't put a dent in that armor.
Let's head for the rail bridge.
The bridge. I thought you rigged it with C3.
I did. We'll lure him onto the bridge.
Then
Clever
blow him
girl.
up along with it. Good plan.
The bridge is on the other side of the runway. We'll have to cut through the middle of the base. You ready?
Step on it. If he catches up to us, we're done for.
Of course, he would still be here. Side note: I like to think that he
Okay, here we
he
go.
missed on purpose because of what he reveals at the end. Remember that. But also, I think he actually tries to shoot Snake right there for real. Oh man, this chase sequence is one of my favorite in the entire game with the Ocelot. Absolute badass. I know, again, I know a lot of people hate fucking Ocelot in this game, but oh my god, this is like where he starts to become one of my... he already is my favorite character, but this is where he starts to like become like better of a character in my opinion. Because of this freaking rivalry he has with Snake. He's like, no, you don't get that Mauser. Oh wait, it hasn't happened yet. She almost said, you don't get that damn revolver. That's so anime as fuck, I love it. You're pretty good. There we go. No Mauser for you. You know, I would have thought like Snake would have taken a pot shot at him with like with that 1911 or something like that. You know, after getting like freaking smacked like that, I would be. I mean, then again, Snake has to blow his debris up because if he doesn't, they're all gonna die, including Ocelot. So, I imagine right there, Ocelot realizes, you know, I should probably stop trying to piss these guys off because he just saved my fucking life, even if it was accidental. Anyways, back to the gameplay. So, right here, most of these guards actually do die, and I didn't talk about the last part, but just take out the guards. If you're playing this on hard mode, you're going to want to remember where all these guards are. There is a green frog right here in this area. You'll see it just briefly when we come back, because you actually have to double back here. Something I should have done, but I did not do, is I actually picked up a heavy rocket launcher, not heavy rocket launcher, heavy machine gun, where it's like kind of like a 50 caliber machine gun, but it's like the Soviet version, I guess. And I should actually use that instead, because you just get a lot more shots fired. For here, I'm just having fun because using an infinite rocket launcher is never not fun in my opinion. So here on the left, on the forklift, right about here, Phil, slow it down. That frog is actually where right there in that forklift, and hopefully future Phil slowed it down so y'all can see. But that's where I saw the frog. I didn't notice until after the fact. So never knew where that frog was. So that's pretty cool. 'Cause I've never actually gotten the stealth camo in the original game. I just always knew about it. Anyways, equip the heavy machine gun and then kill all these people unless you want to go for a no death run. And if you want to do that, good luck with that. Let's go and get in our cool cutscene. One of my favorite cutscenes, actually. Probably the worst place to like lure the Shagohod, actually, to try to outrun it. Oh my goodness. In the original version, it was still kind of detailed, but there was a lot less like stuff all around. They have no idea what's coming from right behind them, which is kind of sad all at the same time. It's just so many freaking good set pieces on the escape. That's what makes this like so awesome. Whereas the Volgin boss fight is my favorite boss fight in MGS history. This is probably my favorite like scene in like Metal Gear as well, like the series. This whole scene from escaping the Shagohod or beating Volgin, from fighting Volgin all the way to after we finish off Volgin and the Shagohod. This is probably my favorite sequence in all of Metal Gear Solid, like bar none. I just love the sequence, and it just reeks of like, I don't know. It reminds me of a James Bond scene, and I guess that's why as well. I mean, this game is pretty. At least the intro is very inspired by James Bond. But my God, I love this. Volgin loves it too. Okay, here we go. So, obviously, all you gotta do is hit the driver of the motorcycles, and they'll all go down. If you take out the, I just don't give a shit. I'm just blowing them all up. But if you hit the passenger, they can still drive and they can still take pot shots at you. I guess because they have a pistol. But oh man, it's so beautiful. I'm just gushing over all this. But I wouldn't, if you want to just take them out, I would have used the heavy machine gun and not the XM16. But if you want to use the XM16 because it's a pretty accurate rifle as well, I would recommend doing that. But if you also want to get through this very, very painlessly, you can always do a tactical reload, as I call it. Just double tap the button like I'm doing when I run out of ammo, and Snake will automatically reload in there. Clip. Why the fuck did I just say that, dumbass? Magazine into the gun, and you know I'm just gonna beat myself right there. That way I don't embarrass myself. But if you also do what I did right there, and you kind of like time it well enough to where you shoot that the motorcycles collide each other, they'll take each other out, which is very cool. Man, that dude took so many freaking shots with that rifle. Alright, maybe we get this MiG, or is it MiG? No, this WIG. We get out of Dodge. Maybe. Probably not. It's because we still got 32 minutes, and this whole video is escaping and beating the Shagohod and everything. Volgin gives zero shits about collateral damage anymore. It's like, I'll just pay this all off with my Philosopher's Legacy. When in doubt, you pay it out. Hey, that fucking rhymed. Well, he definitely hasn't given up yet. The scene coming up ahead when
I've got a surprise for you. You won't be getting away this time.
Not with that thing going over 200 miles an hour. Poor also, he's gonna get his face baked a little bit. I like the attention to detail on his face being all red. Language. Okay, so this next part I'm going to say a little bit silent because I actually did some more radio conversations. So hopefully you enjoy it. I really, really like this idea of having the radio play in the action. Very much like Metal Gear Solid V, I think.
Major, we're about to head for the rail bridge.
So I heard. You're going to take out the bridge and the Shagohod with it, eh? Nice plan. Let Eva do the driving. Concentrate on fending off your pursuers. You've got to make it to that bridge somehow.
If the Shagohod tries to bump into you, hammer on it with the RPG set piece or a grenade. Even if you can't destroy it, you should at least be able to trip it up a bit. The Shagohod's machine gun has some wicked firepower, but you should be able to mess with its targeting system by shooting at the gun itself. If the machine gun starts strafing you, return fire. The Shagohod's missiles are radio guided. You can disable the guidance system with a chaff grenade. Try it out. If it's too late to use chaff, shoot it down with your gun. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if anyone can do it, you can.
Freaking shoot down the missiles with your gun. Sigget, that's pretty amazing. That's me using the chaff grenade. It's pretty interesting how like lazy those missiles become once the chaff activates. But yeah, that's chaff. And then you can go use the RPG and just abuse the hell out of it with a quick reload. So double tap your shoulder button to equip and re-equip the gun. But now we're going to go ahead and get to the bridge, and this, the balls on fucking Snake. I'm glad that sidecar is, like, has the weight capacity for fucking nuts on Snake with this right here. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, geez, man. Can't scratch the paint job on that, even though I don't see how those drills, like, I don't know. I would think those drills would tear up that runway. You'd only get like one good, like, run with that damn tank. Almost done. We can just drown the Shagohod and we can run into the sunset and fight the boss.
Snake, we've only got one chance. We'll lure him over towards the other side. When the Shagohod is on the bridge, shoot the explosives. The bomb is planted on the strut of the bridge.
Alright. Come on, guys. We need you to at least follow us. And they're being pursued. That's great.
Let's go.
Now imagine Volgin has to go really slow here because he doesn't want to exactly tear up the bridge, because if he tears up the bridge, he might go through it as well, which that would also be as equally funny to me. That would be almost as funny as what happens to me during the actual Shagohod fight. Spoiler alert. There's actually a hidden reel where Volgin breaks the Shagohod in half in the middle of this fight, and he like launches himself, and it's very freaking humorous. If they ever do decide to do this treatment to like any other Metal Gear Solid games, I want them to do this to 1. Like, I really want to see what they can make 1 look like if they just left everything alone except for, you know, the graphics and everything. But anyways, okay, so the rail bridge, you can shoot one of the charges right away and you won't be harmed. You just got to make sure you shoot the second charge when Eva says to do it. On the easy modes, in the easy modes, there's only 1 charge, I believe. But this charge is very finicky because you gotta remember that there's that swing-in beam, which I can't shoot, but right there we do. And that is the end of the Shagohod. Some boss fight, huh? Those poor bastards. I could say so many things about that face that Volgin made, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna practice restraint. And again, I love the attention to detail that his face is all burnt. You just lost your fucking gun. Freaking Allsot's face gets all freaking torn up in this game. Probably the beat down of Snake, the boss slapping the shit out of him, his face getting burnt. Pretty crazy. He deals with a lot of shit. Again, it's like a kaiju audio track equipped on a Metal Gear, like standard operating procedure.
It's over.
Look!
That only lasted about like 10 seconds, I'm sure. Well, looks like we gotta have a proper boss fight. That thing can fly now, is what they're thinking. Volgin, how can you see? He's like, I imagine that he's just looking at the wall, like, I know they're right there. This track is awesome, too. The Metal Gear Solid theme.
Not finished yet.
And this fight is divided into 2 phases. In the first phase, I'm going to say kind of sort of quiet for the first part, because I want to do something very similar.
Take care of the driving.
Yeah?
Yeah, I trust you. On one condition, though. Leave the fighting to me.
You got it. I was getting tired of running away anyway.
Eva, let's do it.
For luck.
The whole time Volgin could have like killed them, but all right, dramatic for dramatization.
Here goes.
And here goes the fight. The first phase, anyways.
Snake, the rear frame of the Shagohod was destroyed when the bridge collapsed. The backside of the front frame is now exposed. Even the Shagohod is bound to have less armor plating on its backside. I'm sure you can penetrate it with the RPG-7. Attack the Shagohod from behind with the RPG-7.
Okay, so as Major said, you're going to want to attack the treads. And then when you attack the treads with the RPG, it will slow it down to where you can attack the back. And that's its weak point. And you can't get a not a stealth kill, but a non-lethal kill here because Shagohod's not technically alive. But the next phase you can, and you want to get a non-lethal kill, you can when Volgin takes control of the Shagohod again. Right here, just use the RPG-7 and just do what I'm doing, and you'll be able to get some pot shots at the backside where that exposed area of the frame is. And I think you can actually hit it from the side if you can't get a clean shot, and it'll be good. When it has that little thing that comes out from the front, that you want to shoot the RPG right in the middle, and then it will detach, or not detach, but it'll stop the attack. And I'm taking way too long here. So right there, I'm just throwing chaff. But of course, you can always shoot them down. That was really close. That almost hit me. But anyways, I'm kind of like also, I think what I was doing at the time, because it's been like a month or two after I played this game, since the report, I think I was just drawing out the fight just to have the Shagohod do all this thing. That should have killed him. Absolutely should have killed him. Stop shooting at me! I think at this point I'm like, I already had enough. Like, come on, man. Let me just go and get to the next phase, please. I can't move! There we go. In this fight, taking on the Shagohod, this is also another favorite track of mine. But I like the Metal Gear fight track in Twin Snakes a tiny bit more, but this one has such good energy to it. We might be able to beat the boss with that. No, we still got one more missile we gotta take out. Whoop! Well, I should have actually killed Snake too. No die. I'm trying to remember. I think with that one you have to. I don't know if you have to use a grenade or if you just hit the tread it interrupts it. I think you gotta hit the tread, and I don't know why. I kept shooting at the machine guns. I was thinking it was like the giant one in the middle. But there we go. We beat it, and we'll go into phase 2. Well, that was easy. If I didn't say phase 2, that probably would have been the end of it, but I had to open my damn mouth.
Did we beat him?
No.
Not yet. Volgin is literally cooked. All bleeding, all fucked up and shit. Ain't had enough. So, if you had bullets and then you punch something that was metal, probably like a very strong metal, you can punch through the hole. But, anime as fuck, I love it. And I wonder if he like actually knew he could do that. But I like this scenery. It makes it look like the Shagohod's like a mount. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Get off!
What?
Get the fuck out, I'm leaving.
Lure it back here.
You're gonna use yourself as bait? Are you insane?
I'm used to this.
Volgin has the right idea now. They're talking, I'm gonna crush them. The most competent thing he's done all day. I'm glad this isn't that particular secret reel. In that secret reel, he actually gets caught in the treads.
Come on, you blockhead!
Huh?
Epic poses all around. Anytime now, guys. I want to commentate. You know, if Snake didn't take a shot, I wonder how that would have ended for Eva. So, take on the Shagohod.
Snake, it looks like Volgin is using his own electricity to power the Shagohod now. Attacking the Shagohod itself at this point will have little effect. You need to aim for Volgin himself. If you attack Volgin from the front, he'll simply deflect the bullet with his electromagnetic field. Target him from the back and sides.
Now, fuck Eva. Yeah, Eva's doing a good job for you on that. So, pick on the Shagohod. Oh man, such a good track. Anyways, I'm gushing over the track too much. So, same thing as before, but now you're not on a motorcycle and you have to worry about movement and shooting the Shagohod and Volgin. So, at first you have to slow down the Shagohod by taking out the treads. And you can do this a number of ways. You can use the RPG, or you can probably use some grenades as well, I think. I don't know why, I just go right to the bullet. But then there's also some bullets. I'm pretty sure there's probably bullets all over. But there's anti-aircraft guns all over that you can probably use to hit Volgin and then also possibly damage the treads. And occasionally Eva will chunk grenades at the treads to slow him down as well. But you also have to be wary that Eva also has a life bar, so she cannot die. And once you do a little bit of damage to Volgin with these encampments, he will destroy them. He'll run them over.
Wasting your ammo.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. So never attack Volgin from the front or anywhere close to the front, because as Major said, he will deflect the ammo away with his electromagnetic field. Magnetic field. And that's really all to it. You just gotta get a right angle and then, you know, really shoot at him. And hopefully Eva does help. When he's doing that I'm trying to think, that spread attack, there's a way, strafing attack. You want to be very, very careful that you do not do what I'm about to do here and walk off to your death. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Snake, you all right?
No. Snake had a long time to contemplate his mistake on the way down, I'm sure. Anyways, continue on. Let's go ahead and do this the right way, not die. I'm sure that was the longest moment, the longest last minute of Snake's life he ever had. Anyways, you can use the Mosin Nagant. The Mosin Nagant is probably the best weapon if you want to go for a no-kill run on Volgin. Otherwise, you can just unleash whatever the fuck you want, and then you can take him out all day freaking long. Boop. Or you can use the Mark 22. It's up to you. But yeah, that's about it. Just do not take too long, otherwise Eva will probably die. And then I think she drops ammo too for you. So there's that. Oh man, that's a little bit of a slowdown right there. Hopefully that's just the video playback and not the actual gameplay. Oh man, ouch. Yeah, I wonder if I just like crawled if I would have still got hit. But yeah, we don't have unlimited ammo, which is the biggest thing about this fight, that if you are used to all that ammo, then you might be in for a bad ride. But you should have plenty of... I don't blame Volgin for getting pissed at that. I might have future filthies fun right there. Damn! Okay, anyways. That was so fucking funny. Anyway. Oh, I like that. I just realized it's raining. So, remember what I said about Volgin and rain and Karibara when he says that? This time I'm not making a mistake. I'm looking at what's in front of me. That's very nice to see that there's some continuity with what's going to happen. I never noticed that. I never noticed it even while I was playing it. I'm glad I noticed it now. But you're not grinding shit to dust because you're almost done Volgin. Woo! And then get the Mosin Nagant in from behind. There we go. Oh, he's not down. I would have thought that would have made him go down. One more attack should do it. We got 3 more minutes left. Damn, I'm almost done with this awesome boss fight music. Nope. Nope. Here we go. No scope. Snake, we actually used the Mosin I got, not the RPG. Remember, he doesn't like rain, and it's raining. And he hasn't said his little car bar thing. Oh god, he's powering up into his final form. Which we won't see in the Metal Gear Solid V.
Who's afraid of a little thunder?
Worst way to invoke karma, dude. Ouchie. Bro. That's so fucking crazy. This sound right here, that sound right there. If you remember that sound from Metal Gear Solid V, then you appreciate the little callback to this when Volgin dies. Freaking graphic as fuck. That sound was actually the Man on Fire scene, right there as well. And then all the bullets in Volgin's face, very similar to how he shows up in Metal Gear Solid V. I mean, I'll just go ahead and say he's the Man on Fire in Metal Gear Solid V. But it's very interesting, the callback sound and the bullets in his face that's on his face in Metal Gear Solid V. So very, very cool. I like that attention to detail. And there's a secret scene right here. If you hold the right bumper, you see that the Sorrow was the one who started the rain and probably started the thunder strike on Volgin. Oh, hey, look, fireworks. Very morbid fireworks. But we're coming out to the end of it, folks. And I'm going to go and say my little spiel. But if you like this part, you know, please consider liking, subscribing, comment, all that beautiful stuff. And of course, if you stay to the very end and you don't want to do any of that, I do appreciate that. And I really hope you enjoy it. You come back to the next part.
The escape craft is just
But we got to go ahead and get out of Dodge. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'll catch you wonderful folks on the next exciting part of Metal Gear Solid Delta. And the next part is going to be probably one of my least favorite parts because of the freaking secret reels. So I'll catch you wonderful folks on the next one later and bye. Hey, boss is dead.